another interesting thing. I heard right before we started recording, Donnie showed me something. The first case in West Virginia has been reported. Why did it take those people so long to contract this?
Caves. Coal mines, caves.
Onto something.
Yeah.
Today was the first day that they had somebody come up hot for it. So I'm like, what's going on in West Virginia? What do they know that we don't?
Donnie, what do you think it was?
Banjos.
Well, that could be it too.
Banjos. That's funny.
I'll give it to Donnie though. Donnie, he has tried to keep me in the loop of any big changes that I need to be aware of. So he is the news department for this show. So
yeah, pretty much. And you know, secondly, I work in a mission critical. It's kind of nice that he's back there in that soundproof booth because if we have COVID-19, he ain't getting it.
No. Well, he had a roll of duct tape earlier. He was taping the seams of the door up. Like, I don't know what he thinks we have, but what the hell's going on back there?
I think he wanted to create a negative pressure inside the room and a positive pressure in his area, so all his stuff blows out and none of our stuff comes in. So
he walked in, he had a roll of duct tape and a 12-pack of MGD. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh, look at him. He held up a hard coffee.
Oh, now see, that's why he taped it up.
Yeah, because when are they closing the liquor stores? Actually, I don't even think they should ever close liquor stores. I mean, it's alcohol.
That's mission essential, bud.
Yeah. And to be honest,
you know what I heard too? I heard that the dispensaries have seen a 20% growth in sales since it started.
Everybody needing to take a chill pill.
Yeah,
or
no
a chill
joke,
gummy
man.
bear.
Yeah, so the dispensaries, as well as they are in Oklahoma, as good as they're doing even better with the COVID-19.
Well, and I have a feeling that Rocklahoma is probably going to get canceled.
I can see that coming down the pipe.
And the Born and Raised Festival is probably going to get canceled.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You know, I've dropped $1,300 or whatever on tickets and campsites, but you know, they can just keep that in as long as I don't have to pay anything extra for next year.
They can buy toilet paper with it.
Yeah, you know, just hang on to it and I'll get my tickets next year. Don't really care. It is what it is. You just got to take the bad with the good, man. You got to learn to roll with some punches. There's a lot of people that are pissed off. You know, my daughter taking her family on a vacation to California and had already bought her Disneyland tickets, had already prepaid for the hotel. Oh,
She
yeah.
had travel insurance?
I don't think so.
You would think, though, like in a case like that, you would think that the hotels would go ahead and honor your reservation.
Something, perhaps. You know, the cruise industry has done a real good job of letting people know. I've got a friend of mine that lives up in Springfield, Missouri. Her name's Adrian. Big Trump supporter. Big, huge Trump supporter. She's an absolute Trump supporter in a bikini.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, right. Loves guns, loves America. And she was going on a cruise March 28th, and her cruise got canceled. And of course, she was like, "Man, that sucks." But you know, she also realizes too that she doesn't want to get sick. Nobody wants to get sick. So what the cruise line did was they booked her for a future cruise and gave her $200 on board credit.
Okay.
So the
Made it
cruise
worth a
lines,
while,
yeah,
you know?
the cruise lines are doing good about making people happy, and they're giving refunds too. If you want the refund,
I mean, that's the right thing to do. I mean, and here's the other deal, man. This popped in my head. Like, I see a lot of people, and we were just talking about the service and this and that. You guys keep in mind when you're thinking about how this is affecting people. You guys keep in mind, you know, medical personnel, you know, ER staff, you know, nurses and doctors on the front lines. If somebody's infected with this and shows up in the ER and they're going to expose the staff there, then who's the staff going to expose when they go home? Like,
exactly.
Those people are putting it all on the line for this. And you guys, man, when you say prayers at night or you do whatever you do, you know, you think that the higher power you pray to for those people, man, because those people are putting it all out there.
Yeah, they are. Anybody who has mission critical jobs and especially is close to, well, you know, just like Miss Nurse. She's probably going to be exposed to it at some point.
Well, here's the crazy deal, dude, is like, because she travels for a company that owns multiple hospitals, so she travels around the state and different places, and it changed. You have to think about things on a much bigger level, because like when she finished up shifts this last trip, she disinfects the inside of the truck when she's done. She got all of her scrubs bagged up and threw them in the wash first thing. She doing everything she can to minimize exposing me to it, because once again, if I get this, it could punch my ticket. So I mean, it's not convenient for anybody, but I think we all need to like just suck it up. And I see people online griping about this, self quarantine and self isolation. We're talking just 2 to 3 weeks, not a big deal. And besides that, you got a president that's trying to put money in your pocket to help you get through it. Like,
yeah.
Come on.
There still has to be groceries stores that are available. But I do see at some point, you and I talked about this, where, if you don't want more than 50 people in one place, you're probably going to be waiting in the line outside the building until somebody comes out for you to go in, just like clubbing in the old days.
Well, and here's the deal, man. Like, thinking about that, in San Francisco, they're asking people to stay inside except if you got to go get medicine, food, or you have an emergency.
Yep.
And and everybody's like, "Oh, goddamn, they're putting San Francisco under martial." That's not martial law.
That's not even close to martial law, people.
And I tell you right now, if we don't get a handle on this, I wouldn't be opposed to them instituting martial law.
I would be fine. I would be fine if they said 21 days, hunker down. But we're also.
But you're going to have those people that still get out and do their. They go, they're not going to tell me what to do. I mean, those are the people you got to worry about.
And to be honest with you, there's probably a whole lot more of those people in Oklahoma than there is California.
I'm sure.
Rednecks, get to shelter right now. Tornadoes on the way. Hell no, we're going to the porch with damn red Solo cup, and it's full of whiskey. And when the wind blows the cup out of my hand, then
that's when I go in.
Yeah, it's time to go in. Then, if the wind takes your beer, time to go in.
Well, and you're right about that, dude. I mean, that's and there's no excuse for it, because there's so much information. There's a great deal of fake news about it, but there's a lot of really sincere information on the internet. Educate yourself about it.
Yeah, well, and that's the key right there. Is it has been at least the television market has been pretty good on this one at getting the numbers right when they need to be right. And as far as how many affected and how many dead and where they're coming from, like Washington. But when it, and I lost my thought, but nevertheless,
you said Washington. The nurse told me this afternoon, if you're a nurse, you can travel to Washington and work and make a grip of money right now.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm 100% sure.
Like $70,000 in 90 days. Yeah, but I mean, at what cost? You go up there, you're exposed to it. It might kill you, or you may bring it home and kill somebody else. I mean, that's a pretty. If you were totally single and a hermit, that would be the way to go.
Here's the thing: Miss Nurse is probably going to be exposed to it before she knows it.
Yeah,
and is probably going to be home a couple of days before they figure it out, and now she's already exposing you. So
yeah, see, and it seems like no matter the contingency plan that we can put in place, there's always that loophole that something could slip through, Right. I mean, and I actually saw a nurse that was interviewed on TV today that had the coronavirus, and she went into detail about what it did to her respiratory. And I was like, get ready, Donnie. I was like, oh, fuck no. I don't want any part of that. Like, that sounds all bad.
Oh, yeah.
And she was a healthy person.
Yeah, it's the flu and then some. The fevers are high. And here's something else that I learned today, too. Anti-inflammatories seem to make this worse. So
Solu-Medrol would make it worse?
Well, yeah.
Are you talking NSAIDs or are you talking steroids?
I'm talking NSAIDs.
I can't take them anyway. So.
Yeah, but I mean, like ibuprofen, one of the principal drugs used for fever.
Well, aspirin's an
aspirin. Yeah, that leaves Tylenol, and
that's all I can take, and that doesn't cut it sometimes.
Right. You may just have to again hunker in place with the fever, and sweat it out, and hope to God that you're going to be okay. We here at the Titty household did take a few precautions. I did go pick up about a case worth of soup, and that's just there just in case we're sick. If we get sick with it, we're not going to feel like making pork chops and mashed potatoes. It may just be soup. So we've got broth, soup, and I've also got several ham bones that I can make beans with. And, if you don't feel like eating the beans, you can still. But we've also, bought some meat, got it in the freezer, did a lot of frozen vegetables, even some like frozen onions and frozen bell peppers and that kind of stuff. So if you are going to make some stuff, fresh vegetables are only going to last you so long. So if you're hunkered down for 21 days, at least I've got some stuff to season whatever I'm cooking with. We're on propane here. And so, I can run my stove with propane. I can run my grill with the propane. Not have to worry too much about running my electric bill through the roof. I'm really glad out here we're not all electric. And it's not going to affect electric or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if we're hunkered down for 21 days and we're in the house for 21 days, that's 21 days worth of 16 hours worth of electric that we're using instead of being at work and shutting everything off. So, it's already going to cost me a little bit more money, but, since I've got some things that are on propane, it's not going to be such a big shot.
I just would stop this panic buying. It's so unnecessary.
Yeah, we didn't panic buy for sure. As a matter of fact, I have 9 rolls of toilet paper.
I think I got a package of. I mean, I just don't get it, man. I did read today that like toilet paper is an item of consumption is one deal in here.
Right.
So people are buying stuff to make sure they're still quote unquote comfortable if the shit hits the fan. But apparently, in China when this broke out, that's what they started doing. They started panic buying toilet paper, and that has just carried on as this thing becomes pandemic.
Yeah, it's literally made its way across the globe. Same thing's happening in Britain. Same thing's happening in Europe.
I saw a YouTube video today, and somebody stopped a shopper coming out of a grocery store, and they had 2 baskets full of water and toilet. And the dude asked the lady, like, "Hey, can I ask you, like, can you explain to me why you bought all that toilet paper?" And she didn't know. She was like, "Everybody's buying it." He's like, but why did you buy it?" And she could never answer the question. I'm like, talk about sheep. My God.
Yeah.
If you don't even know why you're doing it, like, I don't get that.
I don't see, that's the funny part, because I don't see a lot of, when I say my kind, I'm not talking about race. I'm talking about Republicans. But, there's not a lot of us out there freaking out and hoarding shit. It's all the freaking people that wanted to vote for Bernie to be able to have everything shared. Now they don't want to share shit.
That's just it. Anybody I talk to, if they know somebody doing this, and I start thinking about, I'm like, well, wait a minute, that person's very liberal. Like, why does it? And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's just a personal experience. So I could be totally off base. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's not an accurate portrayal of how things really are in the big scheme of things. But that's my personal.
Well, there a lot of our friends are obviously running the same circle that we do as far as politically, and all of us are making fun of everybody else because, we're watching these people hoard the crap out of toilet paper and water. And here's the funny part. Water's not going to go down.
Well, and it's not even a gastrointestinal thing. It's a respiratory
thing. What you should be hoarding is Kleenex and nasal spray and Tylenol and vitamin C.
Yeah.
Not shit paper.
You say that, dude. When I was picking up meds yesterday at Walmart, the aisle that has all the pain relief stuff on it, the ibuprofen and the Tylenol, that stuff was all gone. None of it was on the shelf.
Well, I've got plenty of Tylenol here.
Somebody posted a picture that was a screenshot of a Craigslist ad, and I think Georgia. And